Okay, Val X Love has been one of those underrated underground votes this season that we don't talk about because Val X Love is so stupid. Yes, I said it out loud. I'm gonna say it loud. After 10 episodes of this, 10 episodes, I just don't get this guy. I don't get this. Like, Takuma, I get it. He studies. I get that. He got book smarts, but it's obvious his intelligence. Knowing about Valkyries, knowing about mythology. Yet he does in Odin. Yet he doesn't know why he was chosen. This is like one of those basic animes where you could say, "Oh, matter of fact, let me just say this: the entire show of Val X Love, it's just basically like, oh yeah, you're the chosen one." You see what I mean? Like, you can't just take a random guy from a... You can't take a harem boy in a harem anime and just automatically say you're the chosen one. No, that's not how that works in every harem. This guy just literally just became you're the chosen one to take care of the Valkyries. Yeah. Like, come on. He doesn't know anything about this. They just put him towards the story. We don't know nothing about this. Like, how did it start off? How did it begin? What made him... Like, why did Odin chose him to take care of the Valkyries? They leaving out so many shit right now to that point where you're like, why are we still watching this? Now the fan service. Okay, it might as well be like hentai or ironic because they did show some minor things. I mean, it's not like Shaken no Quasar, Shaken no Quasar, the girls, that one. But right now, this episode and continuously going on. This is not even like I'm getting tired of this show to a point where it's not as fan service as people want it to be. Like Masamune Sune, Seki Ray, Shogun no Quasar, Girls Bravo, Kai Planet Cuties, Shimamato Testament. I could go on and on and on, but still, this ain't the fan service reacts. And Takumi is easily and honestly the worst main character I've ever seen. He's literally the worst main character. And I get it. He has that phobia problem around people. I understand that. But here's the thing. They're just using his phobia. Like, they don't understand that he has a problem with people, yet they are using his phobia. What the hell is wrong with these people right now these days? Like, why? He has phobia problem. He hates being around people. I get that. But that still doesn't prove the fact that he's, like, I don't know, not conquering his fears. Like, come on. He using this tired-ass excuse every freaking time. Every phobia, his phobia is getting on my freaking nerves to that point where I'm like, do something about it. Just do something. Change it up a bit. Use that phobia. I mean, that's not your problem, but try to find ways to conquer that phobia and a chance to enhance your abilities, enhance your fear, or like do something. Don't let the other Valkyries use yours for granted. Just try to do it. And I get that, but he just taking his phobia way too far to that point that he don't want to be part of this harem. Okay? And I get it that he has problems in the past. I get that. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean the main character is trying. I mean, seriously, he's not trying at all. Sorry. But I get to episode 10 and I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll change. It's not much to talk about in this episode. I mean, we didn't get a lot of fans of it, but still, I just don't know why they pushing this guy to that point where we don't understand why he's in this main role. Like, I'll give you an example. Look at Seki Ray. Minato was just your average college student who failed to get into the university twice. And then all of a sudden, there came a big-breasted fighting girl named Musubi, fell in an awkward 69 position, and then just literally just like, they literally just like, and almost towards the first episode when he kissed Musubi, and then the professor in TV found out. Well, I don't know if you read the manga. I ain't gonna spoil it, but they told him that you're in part of the Sekiri plan, and it's your job as Ashikabi to be with other Sekireis and fight out until there's one left standing. Okay, you see how that works? He was. It was like by fate that Musubi met Minato, and Minato is now a part of the Sekirei plan, which is why I got my Sekirei shirt. Tsukimi, one of my favorite Sekireis. But still, you see what I'm trying to say? This guy is not pulling the stops. I said one of my videos, I give it about 10 or 11 episodes to show some sign of development. But he hasn't. For a show like this guy not even approving, this guy is just like, why? Like, I understand he has this book smart level where, like, let's say, Naruyuki from We Never Learn, or the main character from the Quintuplets anime, I get that. But the fact is, his phobia and his book smarts are way too much out of hand that I don't know why he's not lightly leveling them up these girls, not showing them a sign of love. Do something! That's what pissed me off. Now, episode 10, we did have some funny moments, and I get that. I mean, that little girl with the blonde hair, the villain of it, okay. You know, at one point I thought she was weak. She didn't look weak in a way. But I like how Big Sis Ichika, the first Valkyrie, just literally just punched that guy in the camp and the festival place. Just literally punch him for what because she found out, she found out about what he did to the sisters. But I like how she punched her. And then all of a sudden, to show how badass she was, that little villain girl just happened to kiss the maid in like a 5-second Yuri moment kiss. He just literally like popped out of nowhere and then leveled up. Summoned a lot of Akuma. I mean, at level 52, she's a badass. But we didn't get much dialogue. Just dialogue. I get it. Every villain in the show, every villain in every anime or manga got like a monologue, and you want to see them fight. But episode 10, you would expect it, but we didn't get a lot, which is disappointing because we should have. Now, it got to the comedy scenes. I get it, especially with Natsuki getting all drunk, all that stuff. But Big Sis Ichika had the funny moments ever, especially with grinding her teeth, like all mean, like just grinding her teeth. I like her face because that's the face of a guy. I mean, seeing Ichika's grinding her teeth like this, it just tells me that it just tells me that, how to put this, that's the face of a main character who is completely useless. That guy is freaking useless. Not like Kazuma from Konosuba. Not really that useless level, but this guy is making things worse for himself. I mean, and we did get some funny moments like this. Ichika going shopping and all that stuff, trying to prove that she's the big sister, maybe though she bought something that was too expensive for no freaking reason. And Natsuki, drunk Natsuki. I know you're gonna say like this is Natsuki, she's best girl, but you got this other drunken Natsuki. So especially which Valkyrie girl do you like? Oh, how about drunken Natsuki? Because she's drunk, and I like that. And then we did get some fan service, all that stuff. But this guy, I hate to shout on this guy. This guy is making things worst for himself. He's not doing anything. He had a chance, but that scene where he unbuttoned Natsuki and she got on top of him, this guy did not do a damn thing. He just pushed her off, got on top of her, and then just not kissing her. He grabbed a book, and it wasn't like a study book. It was more a dating book because he wants to know how to date girls in a way. And I get it. He tried to change his ways of studying and just focusing on dating. But how dense is this guy to not know what Natsuki was saying? Saying, oh, I love someone, but he's dim-witted and all that stuff. Okay, I get that. This guy just now don't have a clue about who he was talking about. I'm like, literally, she just put out every hints about this main character, yet the main character don't know nothing about what she just said? Do you realize how stupid that is? I'm sorry. But like I said, it's not much to talk about in episode 10 because I would expect it a lot. Now, I get it, the last 2 episodes, we're going to see some battle lines, with the second sister, with the blonde hair girl. We're going to see more about her. But still, they rushed this to this point where it's like, give us something to talk about, understanding why the main character is in part of this harem. Like, Master Misune, we know why Darling Kun was in part of this harem. Sekirei, we knew Minato was in part of this harem. How about Cat Planet Cuties or Shimano Testament. Even Shimano Testament, we knew Bob Basara was intent to be in this harem. Like, we know why he was in this harem. You know what I mean? Then the storyline between Odin and the Valkyries, like, why? Why chose him? They didn't even tell us why. I mean, the first episode, they just showed us him saving Natsuki, and just like that, he's the chosen one? No. There's got to be more details, and they're not giving us. They just didn't pop as to why he was chosen. You know what I mean? But I'm going to give you a full recap of the things I've learned from watching this. So it's going to be updated real soon for this one. So next week's episode 11, I just want to see how this is going to work out. Hopefully he'll do something around just in this final battle of this. But let's see how this works out. So I look forward for next week.